Am I losing my damn mind? Am I the only one who thinks this is insane? Everyone is buying this? This Epstein stuff, this Trump changing his mind, supposedly, and now he wants the Epstein files released because he says that members of the House should go ahead and vote in favor of releasing the Epstein files. Am I going nuts? I put on cable news, I read print media, and they're all saying the same thing. They're just accepting it. The idea that Trump now is in favor of releasing the Epstein files. The man who has done everything he could to cover up the Epstein files, to distract every single time over the last year that the Epstein files were being covered heavily in the news for whatever reason at the time, Trump would always do something to distract from that. He's done so much, including shutting down the damn government, refusing to negotiate. He wanted the government shut down to continue the Epstein cover-up, to give Grinder Mike an excuse to not swear in Congresswoman Grijalva so that she couldn't sign the discharge petition, so they wouldn't force a vote in the House. We had a government shutdown, the longest government shutdown in American history, so that Trump could continue the Epstein cover-up. But now, after the government reopens, Congresswoman Grijalva gets sworn in, signs the discharge petition, and forces a vote. And Trump can do nothing to prevent some Republicans from voting, which would give it a majority, and that bill would pass the House. I mean, he tried. He called Lauren Boebert in, summoned her to the White House into the Situation Room. By the way, I made a mistake yesterday. I said it was Nancy Mace who was summoned to the White House. That's my bad. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I make a mistake. I frequently confuse those two for some reason. Probably because they're both skanks. And I get them confused in my mind. Anyway, he summons Lauren Boebert to the Situation Room in the White House, puts all this pressure on her to change her vote. She wouldn't do it. He attacks Marjorie Taylor Greene, calls her a traitor, for the express purpose of sending a message to other members, Republican members of the House. This is what's going to happen to you if you vote in favor. That didn't work. They were still going to vote in favor of it, so he saw there's nothing he could do to prevent it. Hell was I. Oh, yeah. So he tried to pressure members of Congress, Republicans, not to vote for this. Failed. It was going to pass. So what to do? Well, we can't stop it from passing, so let's pretend we're not opposed to it. So they changed strategy. He says, yes, they should go ahead and vote for it because we're going to friggin' pass anyway. And now everybody thinks that Trump changed his mind and now he supports it. And they're talking about, well, why didn't he just support it from the beginning? He doesn't support it. Are you people really this freaking stupid? He's not going to release anything. The cover-up continues. He just had no choice here on this House vote. The question is, what will their strategy be going forward to continue the cover-up? Because they're going to continue the cover-up. He's not releasing shit that he doesn't want to release. I'm sure they're going to release some stuff. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of documents and witness interviews and all kinds of stuff. God only knows what's in there. Not everything is incriminating of Trump. They'll release stuff that doesn't incriminate him. But anything that does, he's not going to release that. Are you out of your friggin' mind? Whatever is in there that he wants covered up, I believe is so bad that he believes it would destroy him if it were released. That's why he's tried so hard to cover it up. And you think he's going to release any of that? Just because the House votes in favor of release? No. And just because the House votes in favor of release doesn't mean it's going to pass Congress. It still needs to be passed by the Senate. And they're hemming and hawing. It's not guaranteed it's going to pass the Senate. It's not guaranteed it's even going to get a vote in the Senate. Trump is going to have a much easier time killing it in the Senate than he did in the House, where you just need a simple majority. In the Senate, you need 60 votes to get a floor vote on the bill. So if Trump wants to try to kill it in the Senate, he can kill it in the Senate. And now Trump is saying that he'll sign it. He'll sign the bill if it gets to his desk. Well, maybe he's pretty confident that it's never going to get to his desk because he's going to be able to kill it in the Senate. Maybe they never take it up. Maybe they don't overcome the filibuster. But even if it does pass the Senate and he signs it, I mean, that might be their strategy. All right, we can't stop it in the Senate either. We'll just sign it because the key to the cover-up is they need to cover it up without looking like they're trying to cover it up. They need to cover it up while giving the appearance that they have nothing to hide. So maybe the new strategy is, all right, fine, we can't stop it. Let it pass Congress. We'll sign it to make it look like we're not hiding anything, and then we just won't release shit. We'll release stuff that doesn't incriminate Trump. But there's no way we're going to release the stuff that does incriminate Trump. And there's two things that are going on there that make it easy for him to not release anything incriminating. Number one, this newly announced investigation that he ordered on Truth Social. He ordered Pam Bondi to start an investigation of Bill Clinton and Larry Summers to give him this. Anytime he gets a question, he just says, yeah, well, what about Bill Clinton and Larry Summers? It's Democrats. This is a Democrat problem. This is a Democrat problem. This isn't a Republican problem. Go ask the Democrats. They're the ones who are best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, not me. That's what he says every friggin' time. In fact, he was just, I guess this was last night, aboard Air Force One. He was asked a question like that by a reporter. And he did the whole, Bill Clinton, Larry Summers thing. And then, some reporter jumped in and asked another question about Epstein. And he told her, quiet, piggy. Points at her, quiet, piggy. Can you imagine if any other president had told a female reporter, quiet, piggy, when they asked her a question? I mean, that alone would be a huge scandal. It doesn't even register with this piece of shit. So he gets to distract, deflect to Bill Clinton and Democrats, Larry Summers, all these people, anytime he gets a question. But importantly, it gives them a perfect excuse for not releasing anything they don't want to release. Well, there's an ongoing investigation. We'd love to give you those documents. We'd love to give you those files. But we've got to go after the Democrats. And so we have this investigation and we just can't release those. As soon as the investigation's over, we'll get you that stuff. But right now we can't. And of course, that investigation will never end. It will continue through the end of his term and they'll never release anything. The other thing that we have speculated, because it's so obvious, is why doesn't he just destroy this stuff? Or scrub his name out of all of that stuff? Now we got, what was it? We got reporting it's probably been a month or more ago. Can't remember the exact reporting. But they said they were scrubbing Republicans' names out of those files. Any mentions of Republicans, all that was being redacted. And I just saw a clip of Mark Epstein's brother, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, Mark Epstein, saying exactly that he's heard from a well-placed source who he doesn't name, but I don't doubt that this is true, that they are working overtime scrubbing those files of any mention of Donald Trump or any Republicans who might be implicated. Does anyone doubt that that's been going on? Of course not. So anything that does get released, it's not going to incriminate him. It's not going to incriminate any Republicans who might be in there. And if they can't effectively scrub it, they'll just not release it at all. Or maybe they'll just destroy it. But the idea that he now supports releasing everything, that's bullshit. How can anybody believe this? And that's all I'm seeing in these mainstream, I see it in print, on these cable shows. Now, admittedly, I don't watch a whole hell of a lot of cable. I can't take it. And, I don't have time to see what everybody else is saying on this. But this is a good reason. It's just another perfect example of why the legacy friggin' corporate media is worthless. To the extent that this is their take and they're just pushing the White House talking points on this and just pretending that Trump really does want release now. I mean, why would you listen to excuse me, why would you listen to these people? I'm sure other new media people like me out there, independent people, are not falling for this shit. I'm sure there's plenty of them. I just haven't had time to see what other people are saying. But these damn friggin' corporate media people, pathetic. To actually believe that, and they almost never point out, if Trump really wants the files released, you don't have to go through Congress. Just release everything. He can order everything released right now. You don't have to wait to see if it passes through the House and then see if it passes through the Senate. Now, what if it doesn't pass the Senate? What if the Senate never takes it up or it gets killed in the Senate? Is Trump then going to say, well, that's too bad. I really wanted to release everything, but, the Senate didn't pass it. Do you think that if it fails in the Senate, he's going to release anything? No. Of course he's not. Because he doesn't want anything released. So he's only going to release anything if he's forced to. If by it passing the House and the Senate. And he'll feel that he needs to release something. But he's only going to release stuff that doesn't incriminate him. He's not going to release everything. And how the people go along with this. It's infuriating. Is it just me? Does this not drive you out of your freaking minds? All right, I got to get going.